Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Prog Talk with me, Iron Mustache. And we're going to be continuing off our prog bands from around the world series. Now, in this series, we'll be going to the letters D through G. I'm just going to throw an extra letter in there because, well, you'll understand why later on. Anyway, if you'd be so kind to hit that like and subscribe button right down below, and don't forget the bell icon so you'll always know about my videos, we will get right started with Prog Talk. Whatever episode. Prog bands from around the world. Letters D through G. Now to get started, yes, we're going to get started with our little friends in Denmark. You know about Denmark? You ever, went to your grandmother's house and it was or you've been to your own house too, and you got those blue metal tins with those delicious Danish cookies, and you open it up and it's like, fa! It's just sewing needles, sewing equipment. Yeah. Who would have known? I mean, seriously, who would have known? It was just sewing equipment the whole time. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, and here we go. We're going to get started with Prog Talk. Prog bands from around the world. Let's get this going. Alright, so we're heading off with a little bit of Denmark today, and like I said, those Danish cookies are delicious, there's no doubt about it. So our first band on our list for Denmark is this little band. Not sure too much about them, but they are called Karussa Sui. I guess I'm saying that right, but then again, I might not be. So Karussa Sui. So a little bit about Karussa Sui. Let's see a little bit about Karussa Sui. Okay. Karussa Sui is a Danish instrumental psych rock stoner rock band composed of Jacob Skat, Jonas Munk, Rasmus Rasmussen, and Jess Carr. Beginning with their infamous debut album, the band has released 14 albums since 2005. So they're pretty recent. Karussa Sui's heavy sound is supplemented by abstract instrumental and ambient styles to keen to electric Miles Davis or Can. Okay. Particularly on their Sessions series of albums, which feature great guest musicians. Other cited influences include Popol Vuh, the Allman Brothers Band, Gabor Sababa, and Tame Impala. Despite seldom performing live, the band has released 2 live albums. Oh, okay. So that's a little bit about Karussa Sui. I might have slaughtered that already several times in this portion of the video. But anyway, that would be our first bit of Denmark. And, of course, we'll be doing more and more and more and more until we get to Z. If there's any Z things. Anyway, yes. Alrighty, so next for Denmark, we have this little band called the Savage Rose. So a little bit about the Savage Rose here. The Savage Rose is a Danish psychedelic rock group formed in 1967. The band was founded in 1967 by Thomas Koppel, Anders Koppel, Alex Rydell, Jens Rugstedt, Flemming Osterman, and singer Anisette Koppel. Danish names can be pretty tricky here. I say Marie Koppel was also participating. Nils Duxon replaced Flemming Osman from their second album. Since the mid-1970s, the group was an acoustic trio consisting of Thomas Koppel, Anisette Koppel, then Hansen, and John Raven as a core. At the beginning of the 1990s, the group returned to electric instrumentation. Thomas Koppel died on February 25th, 2006. So they've been around, let's see, from 1967 until today. So yeah, they're still doing their thing, which is pretty cool. But that is a little bit about the Savage Rose. Sounds very, very savage. But anyway, yes. We'll continue this. And it will be maybe 3 bands from Denmark, because this list only had 3 bands that I can see on this list, so it's not going to be our usual 5. It's just going to be whatever is available to me. But anyway, yes, that's what we're going to do now. Alright, our next entry on the list of Denmark is a pretty big name in progressive metal. It would be the band Vola. Yes, Vola. So, Vola, been around since 2006. They are from Copenhagen, Denmark, and they have a mixture of the progressive metal and the gent. That really, really good dun 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 dun. That heavy chugging guitar. Because it's gent, man. It's fun. Gent is fun, okay? Does it gent? Yes, it does. It absolutely gents. It gents so hard. Does Jens Kidman gent? Yes, he does, because it's Jens Kidman. He gents so hard. Anyway, Vola, yeah, I love Vola. Like, they're just amazing. I love that heavy riffing guitar thing. But that's just me. Anyway, that, I know is a very short one for Denmark, because, well, Denmark just didn't have a whole lot on their list that I can do for this video, unfortunately. But anyway, we will move on to our next country. So, here we go. Alright, so I'm just going to kick in here for a little bit and just say that I was doing research for this particular video. There was nothing listed for E, countries with E. Just nothing listed. So, unfortunately, that's why we had to go with doing an extra letter with going to G, because, yeah, there was nothing for E. Nothing. Like, couldn't find nothing. So, anyway, without further ado, we're going to skip over E and get right into F. And with our favorite country in the world, Francois. Parlez-vous français? I don't. So, anyway, this is going to be France. Oh, yes, the lovely, lovely France. But what could we thank France for when it comes to progressive music? Well, Magma. Yeah. So for France, we got Magma. So Magma, I'm sorry, it's one of those totally bizarre, like very avant-garde, very experimental bands for me. Like, they're amazing, but the song titles, they're not in French. It doesn't look like they're in French, but they're very, 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 very confusing. That's the big thing is I don't even know half of what the fuck Magma is. They're just so experimental and avant-garde. But they are amazing. Like, trust me, go out there and listen to Magma. You might like them. You might like that crazy, very experimental avant-garde stuff. If you like Zappa, you might like Magma. It's just really, really bizarre sometimes. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's like, it's a masterpiece. Everything they make is a masterpiece. It's Magma. Anyway, yes, okay. So there's Magma for France. The first part of this France thing. Anyway, yeah. So this next band, well, they're not Magma, but they have an album called Magma. Anybody want to take a guess what we're talking about here? If you guess Gojira, then you're absolutely right. Yes, Gojira. They are from France. And that last album they did is amazing. But I'm going to say, for me, the best album, in my opinion, will always be From Mars to Sirius. I don't know. And but the album Magma is masterpiece. Like, some people might not like that album because, Joe doesn't really do the whole, the more the deeper growling thing, but it's still an amazing album. It's Gojira. I don't think I have ever heard a bad Gojira album. I've listened to every single Gojira album, and not once in their career have they ever made a bad album. Never. If you say they made a bad album, you're gonna get it, boy. You're gonna get it. Anyway, yeah, so that's Gojira. Yeah, so they're from France, and come on, it's Gojira. They deserve to be on this list. Come on. It's Gojira. Anyway, I'm going crazy. Alright, so next on the list of Francois, also another just 3 bands that I could even recognize. Our next one would be the band Gong. So a little bit about Gong. Gong are a progressive rock band that incorporates elements of jazz and spacewalk into the music style. The group was formed in Paris in 1967 by Australian musician David Allen and English vocalist Gilly Smith. Band members have included Didier Malherbe, Pip Pyle, Steve Hillage, Mike Howlett, Pierre Moylen, Bill Lashwell, and Theo Travis. Others who have played on stage Gong included Don Cherry, Kes Cutler, Bill Burford, Brian Davison, Dave Stewart, and Tatsuya Yoshida. So very space rock, very psychedelic. I don't know too much about Gong, but I heard that they're very, very good, so it might be something I might be into. So yes, that will be France. France, our lovely French neighbors from across the pond, just a little bit further from our English across the pond neighbors. Something like that. But anyway, that will be that. And that will be France, because there really wasn't a whole lot of French bands that I know too much about. But anyway, we will continue with our last letter, and that would be G. So here we go. Alright, so welcome to Deutschland, Germany. Yeah. Anyway, so sprechen Sie Deutsch? No ambition. Yeah. So anyway, Germany. So we're going to start off with this band I don't know too much about, but maybe you do, and maybe you can teach me a thing or two about this little band called Can. Yes, that's the name of the band, Can. So a little bit about Can. Can is a German experimental rock group filmed in Cologne in 1968 by Holger Kruske. I think technically in Germany, if you were to say Cologne in German, I think it's like pronounced like Köln or Kol. It's a very specific way you have to say it. In German, it's very confusing. It's like Köln, Köln, Deutschland, or something like that. It's saying it in the native German. It's really hard because it's a very specific way you have to say it. Anyway, Ermin Schmitz, Michael Caroli, and Jackie Liebzeit. The group used several vocalists, mostly prominently the American Malcolm Mooney and the Japanese Damo Suzuki. They have been widely hailed as pioneers of the German krautrock scene. So that's like a whole nother, like very specific, like prog rock subgenre is krautrock, which basically a lot of, like pretty much all krautrock came from Germany. Kraut, like it's that, if you know a little bit about the history of the word kraut, basically it was like it was a derogatory term towards the Germans during World War II. We'd call them the krauts, because sauerkraut. I mean, I love sauerkraut. Am I German? I don't think so. Huh. Who knows? Anyway, so that is Can. And you gotta have that can-do attitude for Can. Because, hey, maybe they got the experimental stuff. So experimental stuff, avant-garde stuff, I love that stuff. I mean, that's my cup of tea, Anyway, yes, Can. So, can it. But we're gonna go and do the next one. Alright, so this next one is, I believe, for me, is a great band from Germany. Just how I think. Is the band RPWL. So, a little bit about RPWL. The band was formed in 1997 in Frisching, Germany as a Pink Floyd cover band. The band's name is a combination of the first letters of the original four members' last names: Rizitio, Postel, Wallner, and Lang. After 3 years, they began to make their own music based on their influence from their cover band era. Their debut album, God Has Failed, was met with an international euphemism and excellent reviews in all the major progressive rock music magazines. So, they have been present since 1997 to the present. And yeah, RPWL is really, 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 really good. You got to check them out. Yeah, they're super, super fun. should totally check them out. So go check out RPWL. You might like them. Their songs are, yeah, they sing in English, you know, because I actually knew a guy who lived in Germany for a good few years, and I asked him, it's like, so yeah, I learned how to speak German over there. It's like, nah, pretty much everyone in Germany speaks English. I'm like, oh, damn, it's like their second language is English. So here in the United States, most of us can only speak one language, while people in other countries, they learn to speak multiple languages. I wish I can do that, honestly. That'd be cool. Anyway, that is Germany and RPWL. Now we'll continue to the next one. So, and I guess we'll wrap it up, I guess. Put in a little bow and wrap it up. Anyway, here we go. Alright, so not last but not the least for Germany and for this particular video. I know it's not the typical 5. It was a very short list here today, so bear with me. Don't patronize me, please. Alright, so we're going to go with the band, The Ocean Collective. Yes, The Ocean Collective. A little bit about The Ocean Collective, and these guys are incredible prog metal. Like, you got to check these guys out. They're amazing. Like, no joke. The Ocean Collective are amazing. They usually, like, can be called The Ocean or Ocean Collective. Either way, stylized, it's fine. Like, when you talk about The Ocean Collective, you're talking about the same band. So, doesn't matter. Just get that out of the way. They can be considered The Ocean or The Ocean Collective. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the Ocean Ocean Collective was founded in 2000 by guitarist and songwriter Robin Stabs. During the following 2 years, about 40 musicians joined and left the group until a stable lineup was established. July 2002 saw the Ocean play their first concert at Berlin's now defunct semi-legal Elmer Club. Shortly after the band released their eponymous demo, Islands Tides, a 30-minute long song that also constituted the substance of their early live show. So, and they're a mixture of prog metal, post metal, sludge metal, extreme metal, avant-garde metal, and they've been around since 2000 to the present. And yeah, these guys, Ocean Collective, they're incredible. Like, trust me when I say they are amazing. Like, mind-blowing amazing. So anyway, that is basically it. I mean, this might not have been super long of a video, so hopefully that's not a problem. But anyway, we'll wrap this up with a little bow. So here we go. Alrighty, so I really do hope that this one came out okay. Probably wasn't super long. But hey, we did the best we could. There was a lot. I just couldn't really do with the list. There wasn't a whole lot on this list, so plus there was no E's, which was a problem. But anyway, I am Martin Mustache. Thank you for watching Prog Talk. Bands from around the world, D through G, essentially. So if you could be so kind, hit that like and subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you always know about my videos. In the meantime, I will say to all you good and gorgeous, sexy people who love the prog, who loves the gent, who loves the avant-garde, who loves the space rock, and the gent, and the krautrock, and the Italiano Progressivo, which is Italian prog rock, all the subgenres of prog in the world. If you love it, then yes, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Anyway, that is all for this episode for today. So, yeah, just like and subscribe. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, thank you for watching. I am out.